And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing on this fine Monday? Just need to check for a thing and make it. Yeah, you need to go away.
Well, I forgot.
You forgot that it's a stream.
Yeah, because I'm busy doing stuff. And I was just, you started talking, I was like, what?
What time do?
It was really confusing.
That's the best way for it to all be. Yeah, I did wonder why you weren't in the chat
Because I'm
talking shit early.
writing.
Yeah, you didn't know. If I'd have told you, you'd gone in the chat because you always do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're supposed to put adverts on now because we've been alive for a whole minute. We obviously are American television and thus require all the adverts in the universe. Right. So, if you've seen the name of the stream, which is I think I'm going to need your help, emphasis on the ink. So for a few weeks now, maybe a little bit longer, I've been umming and ahhing and sort of tentatively working on something to allow me to audition people for editing, because I need a little bit of help getting ahead with my videos, and I want to make myself a decent backlog because I haven't been on holiday. I have since the start of I mean, even before the Rona came along, I haven't missed publishing dates for years, and that's because I'm always fucking working. So I decided that what I really needed was to pay someone a bit of money to do some of my videos for me. But obviously, I need someone who's like any good, but I also need someone who understands my content. And while I did look at some things like Fiverr and some other freelance websites, it occurred to me that a lot of people who might work on it, who might offer these services, wouldn't like what I do or wouldn't get it or would be, somewhat offended by it because I don't believe in sacred cows. I think you can make fun of basically everything. So I'm kind of in the process. This is a sort of soft announcement of it, but I'm building up what I'm calling a packet. It might even be the proper term. I don't fucking know, but of a very small video which has been recorded that people could have a crack at. And yeah, I thought I would read to you what I've written thus far in terms of what will be contained as sort of instructions. And then if anybody's got any feedback, anything, I've just realized that it's not there, it's there. There we go. Yeah, and what you think, and if any of you have any sort of experience, it would be interesting. So I'm just gonna fucking read it. This is weird. A prepared statement. So you decided to try out to be Sir Six, temporary for now, possibly, video editor. What the hell is wrong with you? All the right things, I hope. That way, we should work great together. Enclosed is a small tester file for you to show off your ability to emulate my style. If you don't know what that looks like, who are you and how did you find this folder? Oh well, check out website for many, many, many examples of my work. That being said, do feel free to add your own style and perhaps even go hog wild if you think you know better than the world's most handsome, famous, and good at the sex person. I would love to see what you can do. If I like what you did with it, I'll be getting in touch to hammer out the details of some short-term freelance work where you can help me get ahead of my current publishing schedule, because I literally haven't had a week off in about since I started the channel, and it has been a while now. The basics will involve editing up to 3 videos per week with a turnaround of 2 to 3 days upon receipt of the necessary files. This will depend on your schedule, etc. With payment upon completion of each individual project. Based on your skill level and the complexity you choose to go with, I expect this should take between 2 to 6 hours per video. General expectations for the test. Rendering out the video and linking an unlisted file on YouTube will be expected. I'm not downloading 1,000,001 folders from randos on the internet. Record your time taken so I can have an idea of how quickly you work. If you get the gig, work output into Vegas Pro compatible formats. This is the software I use, and if I can't import them, then I can't do any final adjustments. Ability to not take yourself too seriously. If you have any sacred cows, expect me to eat them, metaphysically and, of course, video-wise. Experience is preferred, but if you can do the work in a reasonable amount of time, I'm not going to stop you. All correspondence will be done through Cirsic Business email, and I can't wait to hear from you. And yeah, so that's what I've got so far. I don't really want to do like, I'll do an announcement video, but I thought of all the people who are going to give a fuck about this sort of the most, or at least be helpful about it, probably.
It's the weirdos who turn up to the stream.
It's the fucking nutters who turn up to this thing that I do. So yeah, I need to ask you a question. What size files, please? That's a good question. So it's likely that they'll be in the gigabytes. From a few hundred, the best part of a gigabyte to a few gigabytes. Because video files, like a lot of the files I'm already working with, are quite big. I could probably, if you're someone with a limited download bandwidth, I could probably compress most of them. Like, I do that on the fly anyway, but obviously when I'm working on my own stuff, if someone if someone uploads a 4K video, I just put it into my thing and I work on it and it's fine. But obviously I output at 1080p, so when it goes up onto the onlines, it doesn't really matter. Oi, how do you know I'm a nutter? I guessed. Just arrived. I knew you would eventually need my help. I can dispose of the body, but I need 3,000 up front. You get a refund if they ever find it. I'm not sure the refund would be worth it. Unless, of course, you also give me back the money and you take the blame.
You need the refund to pay for your lawyer.
I think if they find it, you take the fall. Yeah, I did it. Spirit science level of dumb, but you do. I so want. But yeah, so like, if any of you do have experience and are looking for, and seriously, this is like a part-time side gig kind of deal. And depending on exactly how things work out, there's a reason I said 1 to 3 videos. If I find like a few people who only have like a few hours that they could spend on this and they can do like 1 video a week, I might have 2 or 3 people. It all depends on what you can put out. I have no fucking idea what sort of pay scales should look like. From what I've seen on what do they call, gig websites, I've got I guess I do have an idea, but obviously that's something to sort of discuss and figure out what you'd need, but and what I can afford to pay, because it's not an unlimited amount of money. Like, someone could come along and do this crazy amazing fucking thing that's like just took the most amount of skill and took fucking days to make, and I'm like, that's wonderful, how much do you need? And they're like, oh, I don't know, $5,000 a video. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to pay that. That's not gonna fucking happen. But yeah, I know that, like, from my personal ability, it takes, like I said, sort of, well, it takes about 2 to 4 hours if I'm not procrastinating. And yeah, that is part of it. He's the almighty Sesek, he knows everything. I know many things, but yeah. Talent like mine cannot be bought for any amount of money, booze, or chicks. Is it? Is it? Because it doesn't exist. I can put out if you pay me. If they are only needed for a short amount of time, I guess they're a Templar.
Oh.
Chris, for the price of a car in the States, you can buy a beach resort. Whereabouts? That sounds fucking great. I make no promises about quality, timeliness, or even completion of the trial, but my dumbass with no video editing experience will be willing to take a crack at it. Yeah, so when I figure out what the fuck I'm doing, I'll make a proper like announcement video. And yeah, is the pay in whiskey? No, it's in whiskey tokens. Of your
Cersei whiskey tokens.
It will probably be done in USD because that's what most people can understand. The vegan teacher has been taking off on comedian from Vancouver whose channel is called Kelmerkis. Okay. One question, can xenomorphs be included? What, in the videos or just as editors? I guess if they're perfectly capable and they don't accidentally punch out the screen with their little inside mouth, then that'd be fine. NFT whiskey. Now, it will be money. Stop memeing. Maybe it's just me, but wouldn't mind if you have videos up for a while. Take a break, as long break as you want. I'll be here after you return.
He won't be able to be too anxious leaving it.
It's got nothing fucking to do with anxiety. YouTube will just nuke my channel. It's not about what you like. It's about feeding Algoritmo. And part of feeding Algoritmo is making sure that there's always something going on. And if I want to maintain high quality, if I want to maintain my quality of videos and also give myself a backlog to go through so I can do stuff like that, I'm going to need some help because I do 2 videos a week at the moment, and the editing portion of it is 2 whole separate days because I procrastinate so much. I find it really difficult to focus for long time periods. So that 2 to 4 hours that it takes me to edit a video actually takes all fucking day. So a skilled editor who is also not fucking unable to focus for a while.
Like I can hyper focus, and it takes me about 3-4 hours.
Yeah,
if
I was hyper focused, most videos would take about 4 hours. But so Sick is enslaved by YouTube. I wouldn't say enslaved, but if I want to continue doing YouTube, you have to continue doing YouTube. That seems to be how it works. If you take a look at Creaky Blinder's channel, he took like 2 weeks off, and it fucking nuked his numbers. He was doing A-level, and they went down. They just do. That's how it works. Now, to be fair, I'm not like losing my fucking mind, but it's just I would really like a birthday. I would really like a holiday. I said birthday because we're planning on one of my birthday milestones to go on our first proper holiday ever. Is the idea, but it's just like I need to be able to do that without having to worry about having content up and going. I can relate, Sick. I do action figure reviews and Power Ranger stuff. People die when they're killed. Do they? That's news to me. I'll have to check that with science. Oh, coming up on my magic time. I don't know what you mean by that. 2 videos and this amazing live stream. I will make sure we have internet wherever we go. And the terrible stream for terrible people will be done from fucking, I don't know. Where will we go?
Somewhere warm.
Somewhere hot. If YouTube is gonna fuck you, I will become a patron. Yeah, I mean, that always helps. But at the end of the day, like you want the numbers to stay up, and no one's gonna patron to a channel they've never heard of. Like what Film Theory did, you can sell your channel. I don't want to sell my channel. Also, like most of the things that want to sell my channel,
oh my god, you
really fucking under fucking.
Sorry, I just read you could chew up people's foreskins
A circumcision. Thanks for that. Not a sunk cost fallacy, as you still make money. The cost fallacy regards to spending and gaining nothing. Did someone call working you're working a thing that requires your regular attention as a sunk cost fallacy. Because yeah, like YouTube makes me money. It's my job. It's just it's a job because it's self-employment. If you don't work, you don't make money. And because of YouTube and just how it works, if you don't put out content, it can hurt you. It can hurt you quite badly. So I don't want that to happen. So I've been putting together a plan, and I'm hope McDonald's have Wi-Fi. Thanks. So Sick wants to go to Mallorca or Mallorca, as all the smart people call it. But yeah, a biblical bag of foreskins would be called would look like pork rinds. Oh my fucking god! I had a friend who was a zookeeper who invested heavily in skunks. He had a skunk cost fallacy.
Jesus Christ, these jokes are as bad as yours.
I know. More dum-dum. Got a link to a patron. On my about page. I'm not about to go and look for it now. If you go to my about page, there it is. Have you tried getting a colleague to fill in? Maybe do a live stream on your channel. Seen other YouTubers do that. So, I mean, one of the things is that there's ways that I like to do things. And one of them is that I don't collab that often. And I don't have guest videos that often. And I don't particularly want to do, like, just having a shitload of other people turn up for a couple of weeks. I'd want, like, maybe one. But mostly, people come to me for me. At the end of the day, I will give you £5 for the channel. We can knock off £5 for the body disposal free. If they didn't want to call it Mallorca, they should have spelled it. They shouldn't have spelled it Mallorca. The water in Majorca don't taste like what it oughta. They say that a man who would represent himself in court has a fool for a client, and I am that fool. Can't remember what that's from. But yeah, do a collaboration. Okay, that's all well and good, but that's just more work. The whole point of this is that I will pay someone else to do a bit of my work and try and get ahead. Mr. Sick compares my talents to His Holiness. I am not worthy. I think Sir Sick should pimp condoms on his channel, but the competition for that gig is quite stiff.
Oh my god.
You need a cosplay. Wearing armor is my job, or a sick fantasy. Anyway, so there you go. That's what's going on there. What's going on with you lot? What are you up to? What have you been doing this past week? We've been not sleeping. Last pretty much Friday. Right, Friday and Saturday. We barely got any sleep. Probably a bit of Thursday too. So we were both fucking knackered, and we decided to sort of figure ourselves out and try and get to sleep a bit earlier. We've probably gone through this one before. This is like our diet thing.
The internet is too interesting, and it keeps me wanting, like, oh, I'll just do an extra 10 minutes and I'll just watch this video, or 5 minutes and let me read this thing.
Part of the problem with that is that I'll be working, and I'll be working late. I've finished most of my work. I've got like half an hour's of work left before finishing, before I've finished for doing after this stream, which is way less than I would normally have. I usually have like 2 or 3 hours of work left after I do the stream.
Matt Simple, yes, you get provided with the Cirsic graphics.
Yes, if you do the thing, you'll get everything you need to make a video.
If you want to add your own animation-y stuff on top of that, that's your deal.
Yeah. And if you want to use it as an excuse to get a hold of my background and thing, I guess they're still mine. If you use them without my permission, all rights are reserved. But if you use them to work for me, then that's fine. What am I doing? Staring out of the window of our condo in Shinjuku at the fucking rain. The fucking rain. How dare it?
Oh, it must have gone over there, because we actually have nice weather.
CC is my favourite.
No,
teacher. What? Yeah, Mrs. Sick hates him.
I don't hate him.
You hate what he says.
Yeah,
You hate the start bit.
it drives me mental.
The hit rate of these puns is pretty poor. For every attempt looking for success, no pun intended. Ah! Oh, fuck me.
Is that pain or orgasm?
No, that was pure pain.
Okay.
Just got over a nasty bout of sinus by spraying steroids up my nose. You've got like a chunky nose now, like super muscular nose, which is just a fucking image and a half. Spirit Science is the best. I fucking hate doing Spirit Science videos. He is such a pain in the backside. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All right. Someone tell me why I'm up at 5:25 watching this. I must be sick. Correct.
Sim is sick. This video is half an hour. I'll watch it while I eat. Now I'll get back to work. Now it's 3 a.m. Yep.
That's pretty much it. CC's start is catchy, even though he loves all the conspiracy theories. He stole it. Yeah, that's from a show. I can't remember what it's called.
It's like a radio show.
It might be a radio or a TV show, but yeah, it's not his. It's not original. Like basically everything he says. Was that a pain or orgasm? Both, obviously. Does Miss Sick have an OnlyFans? She doesn't even have any fans. Beep, beep, beep. That is what a fucking weird insult. You don't have any fans. Fuck you. It's not a Truman Show reference. If I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night is the Truman Show.
I fucking love the Truman Show. It's such a good film.
I've watched a bit of it recently. It came up in video talk. I'm pretty sure you don't need me. I'm completely useless, but you're a completely useless butt. But yeah. So I can have full access to the Cersei bloopers? No. Right,
No.
so I will edit the audio. You're going to get... I edit my own audio because I know what the timing should be. It is literally just someone editing for video.
You have to move his little character around.
You'll have to do a little bit of animation, and dependent on your skill level, if you can pull off similar visual gags, including the ability to like make things, that's ideal. But the worst case scenario is that I get someone to do all the tweens for me, which is what drives me insane when I'm editing. Like, I don't mind so much doing little animations, but it takes for fucking ever to do the tween stuff and drives me crazy. Does your sword have a name? Jim. It's not a... It doesn't have a name.
I love how you're adding to the Cersei lore.
Yeah, but I'll change it next time.
Yeah, I know,
asks.
exactly.
The important thing about the Cersei lore is there's no continuity. Every video is a retcon of something. I'm only going to start a website featuring pictures of people's bums. I'm going to call it Only Fannies. See, the thing is, that doesn't work here because a fanny is a vagina.
Yeah.
So it would be just of, you know...
Front bums.
The front bums. Fucking front bum is a hell of a term.
I know.
It always gives me an image that is not what you get. GF is pissed. Told her I need to go to the hospital tomorrow. Didn't tell her it's for a job interview. Why? What? Why? Why? Don't lie to your spouse. There's no good can come from this. Only white lies about the fact that even though she does look really goddamn fat today, or his new hat makes him look like a wanker.
Or when she says, "What are you thinking?"
either I'm just like covering all bases here.
I like that because
Just don't.
I've asked you that before, and you just say like, "I wonder if Batman wears underwear," and I'm like, "Well, you asked, so
Does Batman wear underwear under his pants that's under his underwear?
yeah, stuff like that."
And I can only assume no, because he doesn't become a zillionaire by fucking wasting money on bullshit. Yeah. Does your sword have a name? Some call him Jim. Sometimes. A fanny is a vulva. What?
I thought it was the whole package. To be
Yeah, I
honest,
don't know anybody who refers to specifically.
specific parts.
I think you might have just either made that up or someone lied to you. The fanny is everything. It is the vagina as an entire thing,
As a concept.
as a pack, as a feeling. God Awful Movies podcast did a review of Spirit Science Nibiru movie. Your courage of the movie could be a paid tip. It would be the laziest goddamn content you ever heard.
Excalibur.
Also, to be honest, with the whole idea of paid tier stuffs, one of the reasons that like I do certain things I do is like I don't really believe in paywalls. I don't like them really. I don't mind like when people have things where they can get early access or whatever, that's fine. But I don't like it. Like if I make something, I want everybody to be able to see it at least eventually. So, yeah, the idea of paywalling stuff that matters is weird to me. I've made promises that I've been unable to keep because it's not something that's interested me.
We should share the wealth, comrade.
Is like putting the pictures and shit I make from videos randomly up, and I did it like once and then I completely forgot about it. And I need to make an important sort of distinction in my own brain to make sure that if I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be something I'm gonna do. But yeah. But the main point, sort of the primary motivation of having someone help me with editing is to get further ahead so that I can go, right, I have like 2 months worth of videos. Like I want a big gap. I could take a fucking month off and get back and still not have to do any work if I wanted. I'm not gonna fucking do that because I mean I probably couldn't afford it, but I want to be able to have that thing. And maybe because I have pushed myself ahead, but I've managed to get 6 videos ahead, which is technically 3 weeks worth of videos, although it really sort of is like being 4 ahead in any real sense. And that took me like 2 years. And that is a really another 2 years before maybe I can go on holiday is too fucking long. Too fucking long. So I want to get something done. Yeah. Reach out to Triggered Limey. He likes your content. Who is Triggered Limey? See, now I have to check. Like, I don't like to have to check things while I'm streaming. This is literally a stream of continents. Stream of continents. Okay.
I'm sorry that you had a bad evening, Sergius.
Someone had a bad evening. Do you know what? Fuck your evening. Not in a bad way, as in your evening is an asshole and that can go fuck itself. Not that fuck your bad evening, you don't matter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, the fuck, dude.
When I first said it. Get a month ahead, you're going to need a vacation. Yeah, basically. 6 videos ahead. I'll say 6 videos ahead.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans is coming on along nicely. He's someone who likes your content. There. Speaking of streams, 32 minutes in and Sick hasn't taken a piss break. A new world record. I've gone whole streams of not pissing, you dick.
You are drinking a lot more water, though.
Yeah, we bought, I say we, I bought some LTT merch because I wanted one of the water bottles, and I know Mrs. Sick wanted some of the stuff. And then they fucking fucked it up, and they yeah. I'm not gonna go into too much details, but they did an and it fucked me over. So I'm currently having to deal with their support, and hopefully I get unfucked up. Apparently their support is make it right, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
All right.
But I only sent them the message today, but I was super unhappy about it.
Apparently they had a good evening. They were just wishing everybody a bad one.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Well then, fuck your evening. I hope it's shit. I'm improving my mood as I watch.
Does Sir Sick
So you
wear
have no
Does Sir Sick wear boxers or briefs? And
Nope.
nope. He goes commando a lot.
I would wear them, but I don't all the storage of clothes is on Mrs. Sick's side.
Yeah.
So I just end up with a pile of clothes that I occasionally change. And then
I thought you found them too restrictive.
no, I'm not bothered by them. I mean, some of them are way too fucking tight because I've got a thick booty. But yeah, I'm not bothered by them. I just don't care enough to wear them. And all of the clothes storage is basically 99% your stuff anyway. So I only look for pants when we have somewhere like fancy to be.
Fancy?
Yeah, and by pants I mean underpants. It's not like a go
Where
out
the hell
top.
do we go? That's fancy.
You know, just like a person's birthday.
Oh, right.
You know,
That's
we're
not-
going to see someone. I guess I'll put some underpants on. Like, most of the time, if I could spend my entire life just wearing comfy shorts, that's what I'd wear. Sick drinking water instead of whiskey. What have you done with the real Sick? I am drinking whiskey right now.
He does spike it, you know.
Yeah, you could spike water. Vulva is the whole package. Vagina is only part of it. I am so confused right now. Fair. I mean, if that's true, I thought it was the other way around. Unless you're fucking with me. It's quite easy to fuck with me because I generally think
vagina is the channel.
Your channel's a vagina.
Well, it is pink, so.
Break out the fancy undergarments. You mean the any? UK question: why do some shops wrap fish and chips in newspaper?
They don't really do that anymore.
They don't really do that anymore. But it was just a cost saving thing. You have to wrap it in paper because otherwise,
because it soaks the grease. So.
Yeah. Fish and chips is greasy. It's fried fish and chips. You can degrease it as much as you want,
but it'll still leak.
It will still be very greasy, so they wrap it in pages and pages. Now they use just big white sheets generally at most places.
I think they stopped doing newspaper because people would get like ink poisoning potentially from it.
I don't know. I think it's mostly just.
I remember as a kid having it wrapped in newspaper, and I'd peel it away, and there'd be like news articles on my fish. So I think that's another reason why they stopped doing it too.
I find them too restrictive. At least that's why I told the court. I'm still free. Told you I knew a good lawyer. Okay, but Miss Sick is shinner than Dipsick. Sorry, Lord Prick Sick. Okay, Sick you Prick Six.
What?
Sure.
That was a lot of ick.
Wait 15 years and you'll be happy to make use of an onion bag. What the fuck is an onion bag? I'm not a gynecologist, but I'll take a look. Oh, it's a special occasion. I'll put on some pants there. Exactly. I've heard of reading tea leaves, but fish and chips, lol. I mean, fair enough. I think they use unprinted newspaper. No.
No,
they use unprinted newspapers to print newspapers. The papers they use are just white paper. They're a bit like blotting paper.
Yeah, it's like absorbent.
Yeah. Vulva, vagina. Just need to know which part to put the glitter on. I once raced a banana and a brick while in Greece to fill up the camera so I could get the real pics processed. I hadn't realised how much brick and nana were important to enjoying holidays. Okay.
God. Do you know sometimes where I think I'm quite a weird person, then somebody just out weirds me, and it's just like, this is beautiful. It made me feel normal.
So you need motion in an upload to game the algorithm. Put out a Cersei screensaver on a couple of times a week with a bunch of your stock phrases cycling randomly. I'd watch that and comment. Yeah, but you'd be like one of 12 people. That would definitely nuke my channel. Like, there's lots of very lazy things that people think, oh, do this, that'd work. And it's like, no, it fucking wouldn't. like they know. Yeah, so there are some hacks that are basically almost no effort, get a lot of views. But, okay, admit it. You're actually just Dark Matter 2525's God in disguise and Mrs. Sick is Jeffrey. I mean, I'm not going to deny anything.
Look at us mansplaining what lady bits are called on stream when someone who actually had them her whole life. Well, I'm sure it was you explaining to guys that women have an extra hole.
Oh, I mean, I have done that. I know lots of people who've done that. That women have a pee hole and
yeah, and they don't get that it's a pee hole. That's separate.
Yeah, I mean, when I first found out, I was like, oh, okay. It's the people who. There's nothing wrong with not knowing something. There's nothing wrong with being ill-informed about a specific thing. If you take the corrections in good grace. It's when someone goes, no, this is how it works. And you go, I'm going to choose to completely disregard that. I couldn't possibly be fucking wrong. I'm not going to check. I'm not going to improve my information. Fuck you. Die. That's when you have a problem.
Fuck the pee hole.
Yeah, like if someone doesn't know that there's a pee hole and a stick things in it hole and then a butthole, so there's 3 holes if you want to be like specific, but it's when someone gets that explained to them and they're like, that I have never heard that before, therefore it must be wrong. It's like, well, then you're a fucking idiot. My childhood psychologist got miffed at me when I was crying about being made fun of for being weird. She asked me, what the fuck normal even is? It's not, the opposite of normal is getting mad at a child for crying about being made fun of. Like, just because there's like lots of things. You could have a perfectly fine haircut, but if someone says you have a shit haircut and that upsets you, that still fucking upset you. Like, if something upsets you, then
you're valid.
Being an asshole about it doesn't help.
You're validated in your feelings.
Yeah, your feelings are valid, even if they're fucking dumb. They're still valid.
When you're gonna do another video live in your armor? When we have a house.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different thing. Teach that stuff on school. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I was taught at school that I don't fucking remember. School was a really goddamn long time ago. And also, in sex education class, there's a reason why most people don't know the specifics.
It's so bad.
It's because they were...
my sex education was really, really bad. Like, it was hardly anything at all.
The main thing I remember from sex education is that one guy in the class put a condom on his hand, and it was fucking hilarious. Don't remember anything else.
What we had was it was a blackboard. So he had like a blackboard, and then this teacher drew pictures in chalk on it, and quietly was like, "I have a penis, I have a vagina," and everyone in the class was like laughing, and I had no idea what was going on because I couldn't hear anything.
I don't know. Penis and vagina are hilarious words.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to actually educate myself and I couldn't hear anything.
Pea hole? What are you talking about? I thought it was a hole of lemon juice.
Oh God, can you imagine?
Well, piss pancakes.
So, oh babe,
I've got some lemon juice for you. Wait. Shh. Why did you put my pancakes between your legs? Don't worry about it. It's like, don't drink lemon snow.
don't yellow snow. Yeah.
No, don't drink the lemon. Don't drink
Don't
lemon
snow.
So no one told. So one thing I told my nieces and nephews is that most people aren't going to like you anyway. Be who you want to be.
Yeah, we tell our kids that.
Yeah. No one learned what fanny is in school. It's fucking slang. That's a really good point. Mental health care exists in the South. The shock and the horror. I'm sure there's some okay places in the South. Speaking of sex ed in school, I remember them showing a penis with arrows coming out of it, indicating flow, and wondered about how anyone got laid if they were shot with dick arrows. I bet that hurts. There's only a few things I remember about sex education, and there was one like in primary school that was there was just this woman who just had these incredibly huge tits. They were just so fucking big. I don't remember.
Were you fascinated?
It was pretty fascinating. Other than that, it was really, really weird video because it was like this naked family, and what the fuck? It was obviously completely unsexual, but they were just like, we have body parts, and she had she was hairy and he was hairy, and I don't remember anything about the kids, thank God. I could be wrong about that. I hope I fucking am, but I'm pretty sure the whole family was naked. Maybe the kids had pants on. I don't remember. But now as an adult, I'm thinking back, and that just seems like that would not fly today.
That's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
I can't believe you had that in primary school. I didn't get sex education until I was in
We had like one lesson of it.
I was like 13 when I got sex education.
And it shows how much an impression tits make. That I still remember the mum's tits. They were huge. At least you weren't raised as a yak. The closest to sex education they got is information about different sects of faith.
Oh.
Sex education.
Yeah, I think you've
big breasts. Hey, I live in Japan. Do you know what the loneliest man in Japan is? A 38D bra salesman in Osaka. Yes, Deliverance was a movie. I mean, thanks. It's good to know. I thought it was some sort of service to get food. I had a lesson in year 6. It was something like that. Who has 2 thumbs and is making lasagna? This guy.
Lasagna.
Learning that fanny is slang is like learning that penna is also slang. It's not fucking technical, that's for sure. If you put penna and fucking... Although the funniest ones are always the sort of really, really genteel ones, like foof or lady garden. So a fanny pack is what then? A fanny pack in the UK is called a bum bag.
Because you wear it on your bum.
No one in the UK has a fanny pack for their front parts. Whatever we've decided fanny means at this point.
Even though a lot of people wear bum bags at the front so that people don't steal from it. So then I guess it is a fanny pack at that point.
There is a small, evil part of me that wants to try a bum bag again. But I won't because I don't want all the children to mock me. That man's got a bum bag. Wanker!
No, I don't think you'll be able to find one that fits your waist.
Alabama had the don't have sex education. where a nurse showed slideshows of STDs. Seeing pictures of genital warts at age 12 was
Oh
shocking.
yeah, we got loads of information about diseases, but the actual act itself, we had the bare basic. I had no idea how it worked.
I think the best representation of how stupid sort of that anti-sex sex education is that South Park episode where all the girls are fucking terrified of the boys and they tell them they like won't go near them unless they wear condoms because I mean they're all fucking tiny children. They're
Oh
not
yeah, I
having sex.
remember that one.
And then fucking Cartman starts pissing in his and then he tie it off and loz it across the room and put on a new one. Is like, it's so convenient. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, the fucking I think there was a pharmacist in it. Who the kid, all the boys came in. The girls won't talk to us unless we're wearing condoms. It's like, oh my god, what? And it's like, and he tells them Tiny Titans, which is just the funniest fucking name for a condom brand. Okay, bad joke. What is the difference between a? I'm not gonna fucking even read that. Around here, people call anyone with a bum bag a twat. I just assumed Americans were being dumb again.
I think they were more of an 80s thing, weren't they?
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, because my mum had one.
I had one as a kid. I remember having one. It was neon colors. It was like neon yellow, neon pink.
Yeah, my mum's was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something. But I kind of miss the convenience of it.
In the Netherlands, we call them hip bags. I guess we swing both ways.
Nice. Get a sling bag. They're handy, especially if you're an assassin. Look, if I'm gonna deal with dead bodies, I'll deal with my own. You know, I'm not gonna waste that kind of meat. STD class in America, Army basic training. There was a pic of a guy with chlamydia on his face. A Jamaican guy stood up and asked how he got it on his face. Nice. I mean, he knew. He fucking knew. He just wanted the person doing the doing the fucking talk to say it. Why is it that every time I go to buy condoms, the clerk is about 16? I love to go to customer service and ask if they have extra large. I just buy the bin bags.
You're not asking for condoms, though. You just go up to people and just ask for extra large, but not
an extra large, please.
You just not specify what it is.
I think you should go up to strangers and ask for fries with it. Sex ed for me was a blur, and I only remember the teacher asking me what a fire drill was, and I responded with, "The thing you do when a fire alarm goes off." What?
Yeah.
Is a fire drill a thing that isn't that?
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a sex position? I don't know.
A Welshman, an Englishman, and an Irishman walk into a bar. The bartender says, "What is this, a joke?" Yeah, I've heard something like that. Has anyone asked you to squeal like a pig? Not asked. They get it anyway.
Squeak.
The drill sergeant took him to the back of the room and explained oral sex. Suddenly we hear, "That's fucking disgusting." That's hilarious. If he didn't know, that is so funny. If he is just the world's best comedian, how'd he get on his face? Get him to explain it. Oh my god, he does what? Like, everyone in your unit thinks you are a hilarious moron. It turns out you've been a comedy genius all the time. I mean, I get that shit.
It's cool to know that your penis has a layer, that the squishy part inside.
Don't make me think about the inside of my penis. That's very unsettling.
Well, yeah, it's just absorbent tissue, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't want to think about it. I thought my ex-GF said I had a fat dick. My friend said no. She said you were a fat dick. Or maybe are a fat dick. Man falls down dead in an STD clinic. Doctor says, looks like we have a goner here. Oh, for God's sake. Gonorrhea. Yeah, okay. Fuck you. But yeah. Was about to teach us about sex abuse fire drills. I
I
am still
I
not
still
sure.
don't get it.
That's not a term I've ever heard.
No.
Do you want to give us an education about that? It doesn't sound super fun, to be honest. Honestly, I thought fire drill was like having an STD and fucking someone anyway.
Well, because it burns.
Yeah. And we call that a fire drill, and you shouldn't do it. My next band will be called Corpus Spongiosum. Cool. Why do you squeak, Sir Sick? Is Mrs. Sick impaling you with her long sort of sound? That sounds so. Wait, do I squeak?
Yeah,
Money time.
you do squeak. You just did it then.
When?
Then.
What?
Now.
Huh? Hey.
He goes he goes higher pitched than me.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
You haven't heard yourself go high pitched. Money time. Also, I've never had any sex education. That might explain why I'm lonely weirdo. Nah, that's probably not the reason. Not having sex education is, I don't know, because if you have really bad sex education, you are far more likely to have sex.
Yeah.
And do it really badly.
Yeah.
If you have good sex education, you're more likely to wait to have sex and have it better when you're older. So I don't know what happens if you have no sex education. Levy corpus. Dick sword. Everyone's out. It's a fire escape. What do you call? No. I get all my anatomy lessons from hentai X-rays. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
I don't trust condoms. They say it prevent disease. I wore one for 3 weeks and still caught the mumps. I think if you wore one for 3 weeks, you're going to catch more than the fucking mumps. You're going to catch cock rot. Oh. I vaguely remember someone in a sex ed lesson asking about STDs and oral sex. No one explained what that meant, and the answer left me more confused than when I started.
Yep.
British education.
Yep, basically.
Part of the problem is that, especially when you've got like an older teacher who's a little bit embarrassed to be doing all this shit. Mrs. Sick is a boomer. She's not a fucking boomer.
I was born in 1990.
She is on the cusp of oh, no, you're not on the cusp of anything. You're dead smack middle in being a millennial.
Yeah.
I'm on the cusp of being Generation X to millennial. I've seen charts that say I could count as Generation X, and I choose to believe those. Yeah, Andrew Tate is what happens when people don't have sex education. We've been talking about Andrew Tate between us recently because Mrs. Sick has been watching some Louis Theroux interviews. It's an interview of Louis Theroux by someone else. But they spoke about Andrew Tate, and there's just this bit.
Yeah, he said he finds him fascinating.
But the bit that we really liked, I didn't watch it, but Miss Sick brought it up to me, is that in the Louis Theroux house now, when someone is acting really entitled, you say to them, "What colour's your Bugatti?" Because that's the thing Andrew Tate has said to someone who he was in an argument with or something. He's like, "Well, what colour's your Bugatti?" As if that makes him better than them. Cockrot. Now there's a band name. It should be a band name. No sex ed and you're a granny at age 30. I got taught the birds and the bees by an idiot. Now I can't maintain an erection without stabbing things. If you tried stabbing the erection, it'll be infinite. It'll just keep growing.
Like a loop.
I are a boomer, so everything I want to get stiff won't, and everything I don't want to get stiff. Are you old enough to remember the first clown joke about anal sex and a hand job? No? Or neither did the hypnotherapy sex eggs the chocolate. Are you putting your fucking tweets through Google Translate? Because that made no fucking sense. I can never tell if Andrew Tate content is comedy or psychological horror. Andrew Tate content is... He is a con artist. And he thinks he's way smarter than he is. And he hides... Every time he says something stupid, it was a joke. And every time he says something profound, it's almost always just the lowest possible.
It's like hashtag I'm deep and 13 years old.
Yeah. His Bugatti is shit brown. My girlfriend was going down on me and she came up and said there was an ugly lump on the end of my peen. I reached down to feel the tip and said, no, that's the other end. No, the other end. What? Now I'm just confused. Ugh, my Bugatti is Ferrari red. Good for you. I wouldn't even want a Bugatti. Like, I have a few favorite cars, and that's not one of them. It's just like, 1986 gang here.
Vauxhall Astra. Yeah, boy.
Wasn't Tate in prison for human trafficking? Indeed.
Yep.
At least he was arrested for it. I don't know if it's still an allegedly thing. But, yeah, the man's still a con artist, whatever happens. Profound for dipshits, exactly. Ooh, pardon me.
Alright, implying that he's the ugly low.
Now it makes sense. Fuck you. Fire drill equals just like first time for us all. Hard and hot. Though a rule, pull out. Okay.
That is a really bad method.
That beautiful grey area in Cinema Sins also likes to hide in active criticism when it suits them and just a joke when it's convenient. I mean, I've been accused of my jokes, which I thought were fucking obvious jokes, being a serious point that needed refutation. And it's just like, I don't know how to fucking help you. A friend asked me how I did so well with women. I said, put a sweet potato in your Speedo. He tried and failed. I said, next time, put the sweet potato in the front of the sweet. That's pretty good. I like that. My Bugatti is a motorcycle. My Bugatti is someone else's taxi.
I thought I was your guy.
Well, because I bride you occasionally.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think human trafficking should be punishing by burning at the stake. Oh, I don't know. I think human trafficking, yeah. It definitely should be punished. What do you call two white people using the rhythm method of contraception? Parents. It doesn't have to be white people. It's anyone. Fuck me. He's still under house arrest. Okay, which means that he's probably just being investigated. Once you drink whiskey, there is no return, especially if it's a half-decent one, because it's very, very tasty. Anyway, we are coming to the end of this thing that we are currently doing. I'm going to say again, if you've gotten to the end and didn't see the start, I'm trying to find someone or someones to do editing for me. If you have any interest, if you go to an about page, you'll find an email and you can message me about it. At least for now, but I'm going to do a proper announcement at some point. But do let me know what you think, if you have any ideas or advice or anything like that to improve the whole thing, and anything I should think of. Again, let me know. But apart from that, thanks for coming, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Now I get to go back to my work.